Good day, viewers. You are welcome. We are given a composite functional equations and we need to get g of x. In this video, I'm going to be using three different beautiful ways to solve this question. But before that, you can pause this video and give it a try. Let's solve this question step by step using all the three methods. If I consider the solution, let's say here is the first method. I want to be applying a factorization method. Suppose I factor the two. For the first is f of x. If I factor it out, since it's a difference of 2 squared, x squared, and I can have 1 as also 1 squared. So having x squared minus 1 squared, this gives us x minus 1 multiplied by x plus 1. And again, for the composite f of g of x, this also gives us, taking out x, we have x plus 2. And again, looking at f of x, which equals x minus 1 and x plus 1. We have x here, that's why x is appearing at these two. So it means if I change this one to any other thing, it reflects here immediately. And now, if I change it to f of g of x, so this gives us g of x minus 1, then multiplied by g of x plus 1. If this is cleared, then note that f of g of x is given as x bracket x plus 2, and which everything equals the difference of these two factors. We have to equate it as g of x minus 1 multiplied by g of x plus 1 equals x into bracket of x plus 2. And note that this can come in the two different directions, positive and negative. If I consider positive first, then let's say I let g of x minus 1 to be equals x. We have g of x minus 1 equals to x. Then this simply we have g of x equals x plus 1. Actually, the answer is g of x equals x plus 1 at the positive side. And again, if I let g of x plus 1 equals x plus 2, so this also implies that for g of x, this equals x plus 1, taking 1 to other side. We got the same thing comparing these two. And if you take the negative part of this, so instead of instead of plus x here, we change it to minus x. And instead of x plus 2, we change it to minus x minus 2. And we get the same answer as we did. So therefore, generally, for f of x, for g of x is equals minus plus x plus 1. And the beautiful way of solving of showing these two operations, plus or minus, so it's going to be presented in the second method. You're welcome to the second method. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please do it now. So, and leave a like and comment in the comment box. For the second method, let's use direct substitution. So note that since we have f of g of x equals x squared plus 2x, and if I substitute this directly, for f of g of x in the first one, so it's just like g of x all raised to power 2 minus 1. Okay, and f of g of x is given as x squared minus plus 2x. Equating this together, we are going to have g of x all raised to power 2 minus 1 equals x squared plus 2x. And then let's take one to other side. We have g of x raised to power 2 equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. And this can be rewrite as x plus 1 squared, because let's say I take this as squared. So we have everything as x plus 1 squared. And therefore we have g of x raised to power 2 equals x plus 1 raised to power 2. Now just try and take the square root of both sides. And anytime we are taking square root, we have plus or minus attached. So therefore, g of x equals plus or minus x plus 1. And there's another way of doing this to get that. Taking this one here and following a squared minus b squared, which is a minus b multiplied by a plus b. So this is another beautiful way of looking for g of x using this direct substitution. Again, if you have not subscribed to this channel, it costs you nothing, so you can do that so that you can support the journey. Thank you for always watching our video, and let's see the beautiful third way of solving this, which is method 3. For this method 3, as this is the most interesting part of it, do you know that we can actually use the inverse method, the inverse? So we can take the inverse function of it to get the f of x. So considering this as method 3, and suppose I start from f of g of x, just as I did above. We have x squared plus 2x. If I take the inverse of both sides, we are going to have f inverse f of g of x. So this equals the f inverse of x squared plus 2x. And with this, f and f inverse cancelled. So this gives us g of x equals the f inverse of x squared plus 2x. If this is what we have. And let's recall that from f of x, which equals x squared minus 1. Suppose I let y to be equals f of x. We know that x will be equals f inverse of y. And if I do that to this, we are going to have y equals x squared minus 1. Alright, so making x the subject of the formula, we are going to have x equals x squared equals y plus 1. And taking the inverse of both sides, we have the square root of both sides. We have x equals plus or minus square root of y plus 1. But note that for x, which gives f inverse of y, everything equals plus or minus the square root of y plus 1. But note, f inverse of y can also be replaced with f inverse of x squared plus 2x, which everything equals g of x. Then this equals the plus or minus. Since I'm replacing y with x squared plus 2x, so we have this as x squared plus 2x, then plus 1. And this is nothing but x plus 1. And f inverse of x squared plus 1 is given as g of x equals plus or minus x plus 1. This is the 3 beautiful ways of solving this. Do you have any other way of solving this? You can drop it in the comment box. Yeah, drop it in the comment box. See you in the next video. Never stop learning. Bye bye.